to love ourselves. I'm going to be talking about emotional sound techniques. That's a system that I developed for healing, and the other people and their work that have led up to it. First of all, emotional freedom techniques is what it is based on. So emotional sound techniques is a hybrid of emotional freedom techniques. Emotional freedom techniques is based on the premise that all negative emotion is a blockage in the energy field. In traditional Chinese medicine, the premise is that all illness is an imbalance in the meridian system. So what we're really talking about here is acupressure for the emotions. Ancient man was treating himself with some form of acupuncture as far back as the Iceman. There have actually been needle marks found in the first man 6,000 years ago. The first system that is formed in the fetus that we can tell now is the meridian system. Chinese medicine has only been acknowledged in the United States for 30 years, but we now know that it is the most important system, the meridian system, in the body, the first thing formed. Here in the United States, we have been using acupuncture for the emotions for almost 30 years. Now, with YouTube and the internet, you can go to any one of these sites, Emotional Freedom Techniques, my website, Love in Action, or even you can Google Emotional Freedom Techniques or go to YouTube and just put in EFT, and there's at least 2,000 little videos, less than 2 minutes, that will show you how to tap on the acupuncture points for the emotions. In 2001, Dr. Fuller Royal of the Nevada Clinic here in Nevada treated me with emotional freedom techniques. What I didn't know then, but he did, was that I was seriously ill and that I was actually dying. He could tell this from a heart rate variability test, which he also validated with a Vol machine. He was able to tell by holding a rod in my hand that measured all the meridians that every system in my body was shutting down. He used emotional freedom techniques, and instantly I was healed. I found this almost miraculous, but I knew that he had used a treatment to perform it. So I spent my life researching this technique and why it worked so fast and so wonderful. There is a magic delete button that we all have on our body where we can delete a subconscious program. It's on the side of the hand. It's called the psychological reversal point. But when I use a crystal and I say something like, I deeply and completely accept myself, even if I don't want to get better, which is the program that I had, it deletes that subconscious program instantly and alters every cell in the body. Obviously, if I didn't want to get better, I would not have gone to the Nevada Clinic in hopes that Dr. Royal would be able to save my life. I was really excited about these techniques because not only did they save my life, but I was able to use them with my son. My son John was born under extremely traumatic circumstances, and in effect, it destroyed his nervous system. These techniques helped him a great deal. When he became a teenager, he actually funded my research further into these fields to include sound. Even our most private thoughts affect the vibration of our body. After my son's death in 2005, all of my digital cameras began to capture energy, emotion, and other dimensions, especially when I was working in the healing room. It was as though he was continuing to help me from the other side of the veil. At first, everyone thought my cameras were broken, but soon it became obvious that John was teaching me from a much higher place.
Affirmations alone work only with the conscious mind. 90% of our reactions come from our subconscious mind. The subconscious mind stores, programs, and beliefs accumulated without our consent, somewhat like computers. The great news is that you can override and delete these unwanted programs. There is a magic key to the subconscious, and we all have it. It is the psychological reversal point on the side of either hand. Quartz is frozen light and acts like a laser. Crystals have the highest molecular orderliness found in nature, and when used in conjunction with the tuning forks, it amplifies and coerces the frequencies, making it ideally suited for healing. Everything living is created from light and sound. They are building blocks of all matter. Sound and light communicate instantly within the cells of the body. Sound and light travels on parallel wavelengths 40 octaves apart. Sound precedes light. The word became flesh. Vibrations become form. There is a direct relationship between emotion, sound, color, and health. For instance, there is a specific number of vibration for each note. Each note correlates to a color, and the progression of colors in the chakra system mirrors musical scales and the rainbow. All of this has to do with the laws of octaves, the symbol of infinity, and the realms of quantum physics.
2007, John encouraged me to run the sound of the tuning forks through a rose quartz crystal as I placed it on the body. He also encouraged me to use the quartz crystal on the psychological reversal point. Combining emotional freedom techniques with tuning forks and crystals has accelerated the healing power that we all have within us to the highest level that I have yet to see. Many things in my photos have validated to me that we hold the lower vibrations of trauma, sadness, anger, grief, and guilt in our cellular makeup. I have also been able to photograph the fact that we hold within us subconscious programs that actually conflict with our conscious desire. Finding our core issues and speaking the truth about them can heal them instantly. Most importantly, when we're touching or tapping on a psychological reversal point. We each hold the keys to our health and our emotional freedom in our own hands. When we bring ourselves to a place of balance and peace within, we begin to bring that peace and harmony to the world. This is my favorite photo because it shows the full range of color of emotions. Yellow, which is fear, red, which is anger, and blue, sadness. She is tapping on the end point of the conception vessel under her nose. I believe this spot relates to feelings of not deserving. This is a major part of our lifelong purpose of learning to love ourselves. In this photo, Gary Craig, founder of Emotional Freedom Techniques, is tapping on a woman who had been upset for days. The anger, the murky red stream, is literally gushing out of her physical body, forcefully flying through her auric field. By the end of her session, she expresses her feelings of calmness. Reprogramming a subconscious belief is the most important thing you can do to change your life. Reprogramming is what saved my life and brought instant healing to my body. The conflict seen spiraling above in her aura is the result of a major rewiring of the subconscious to agree with her conscious mind. This took less than 1 minute to accomplish. This is the same woman as in the previous photo. The peace between her conscious and subconscious mind was setting in. Often, after a reprogramming, I can see a joyful alignment of all 4 bodies: the physical,